Chow Time. This episode of Chow Time, we're going to cook Cuban food. We're actually going to make Cuban flank steak. Cuban mojo sauce is something that Cubans always have in their refrigerator, and I happen to absolutely love it. I get cravings for it. It's that good. Cuban mojo sauce is actually just a handful of ingredients cooked for a few minutes on the stove. It's mainly lime juice, lots of garlic, some cilantro, and so the first thing I want to do is get together about a half a dozen limes, and we're going to squeeze these. Here's my little handy juicer. I love this thing. I should probably have an electric one, but I just love juicing things by hand. And remember, all these rinds, do not throw these away. Use a grater and make zest, and you can put it on vegetables, and it just acts as a great seasoning. Never throw a rind away. The other thing we're going to prep is our fresh cilantro, and then we'll be ready to put together our sauce. What I like to do is I like to leave it in a bundle and just take a good knife and just kind of scrape the leaves off. Like that. And then you can pick through any of the larger stems and discard those. I don't like stems in my sauce. And we'll just give this a quick chop. In Cuba, everyone has a batch of this that they keep in their refrigerator. They put it on everything. They put it on steak, they put it on chicken, they put it on vegetables, they put it on everything but chocolate cake. And it's very easy to make. So we start with about half a cup of olive oil in a small saucepan. And we heat that up a little bit. And then we're going to add tons of garlic. This is about 8 or 9 cloves of garlic. Okay, when this garlic heats up, you want to cook it, stirring, for no more than about 30 seconds. You just want to kind of infuse that garlic into the oil. We're going to add all of the lime juice, a third of a cup of water, and our seasonings. A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper. Here's one of the key ingredients, ground cumin. We're going to add a heaping teaspoonful of ground cumin. Stir that up. And you let it come to a boil again, just so all the flavors can marry. Let's turn the heat off right now, and we're going to add our fresh cilantro. We'll stir in our fresh cilantro, and that is Cuban mojo sauce. All right, here's my flank steak. This is just a little over a pound. A flank steak comes from the belly part of the cow, and it's the toughest and most flavorful cut of steak that you can have. I love flank steak, but it needs to be marinated for it to be really good, and that's why Cuban mojo sauce works so great on it, because of all the lime. The acids in the lime break it down. Let's pour some of, not all of, but just some of the mojo sauce over the flank steak, and then we're going to cover it with a piece of plastic, and if you can, marinate it for 24 hours. I've gotten away with a couple of hours of marination, but the longer you marinate it, the better your steak will be. We'll put that in the refrigerator. I happen to have one that's been marinating in the refrigerator for 24 hours. There we go. Now there's two ways you can cook this. You can broil it in your oven, or you can throw it on the grill, which it's grilling season where I am right now, so I'm going to throw it on the grill. The grill's set to medium high, so let's put it on here. I'm going to sear it on both sides, and then after it's seared on both sides, I like to close the lid and cook it for about another 12 to 15 minutes. And every now and then, you can add a little splash of the mojo sauce on it. All right, it looks like time for flipping. Oh, perfect. Oh, that's done. That's perfect. Now remember to wash the pan before you put the steak back into it, because you don't want to put the cooked meat in the same pan with where the raw meat was. So wash it out before you put it back in the pan. Now we're going to take it inside and let it rest for about 10 minutes or so, because if you cut it right away, all the juices will run out. Here are the two main things about flank steak. Marinating it in acids, you know, with the lime juice, which we did with the Cuban mojo sauce. And it's the way you slice flank steak. See all those lines going straight down there? You want to cut at an angle against the grain. So you're going to want to cut it like this. And you want to cut it in very thin pieces. You transfer everything over to a serving platter except for the end piece, which you eat, and don't tell anybody about it. You should always eat the end piece, right? And then splash a little more mojo sauce on it before you serve it. And then you save the rest of the mojo sauce for vegetables and chicken and anything you want. I think next to a fine Cuban cigar, this is the best Cuba has to offer.